The 20th chapter of the Gospel of John, verses 19 to 23. On the evening of the first day of the week, when the disciples were together, with the doors locked for fear of the Jews, Jesus came and stood among them and said, "Peace be with you." After he said this, he showed them his hands and side. The disciples were overjoyed when they saw the Lord. Again, Jesus said, "Peace be with you. As the Father has sent me, I am sending you." And with that, he breathed on them and said, "Receive the Holy Spirit. If you forgive anyone his sins, they are forgiven. If you do not forgive them, they are not forgiven." For reasons not disclosed to us, Thomas, one of the original 12, was not present. Therefore, with Judas no longer in the number, 10 of the disciples now have a testimony that one, Thomas, doesn't have. Picking up John's account at verse 25, so the other disciples told him, "We have seen the Lord." But he said to them, "Unless I see the nail marks in his hands, and put my finger where the nails were, and put my hand into his side, I will not believe it." Under so many circumstances, 10 out of 11, or 91%, is considered a more than acceptable number. Very few students would complain if on all of their exams they scored 91%. Yet Jesus, knowing the importance of the mission he would commission his disciples to, would not settle for 91%. Therefore, John would add in verses 26 through 28, a week later, his disciples were in the house again, and Thomas was with them. Though the doors were locked, Jesus came and stood among them and said, "Peace be with you." Then he said to Thomas, "Put your finger here. See my hands. Reach out your hand and put it into my side. Stop doubting and believe." Thomas said to him, "My Lord and my God." It would seem that for the sake of unity, Jesus came back a week later to allow Thomas to believe just as the other disciples believed in the resurrected Christ. Unity of belief would mean the enemy could not divide the disciples through even one of the apostles. Because of the example of Christ, may we never underestimate the value of pursuing unity in the working out of our labor for the Lord, for whom 91% was just not